A beautiful field of flowers, baby animals in close proximity of each other, two old people holding hands. That could be you, but then again, you might never get to experience that in your lifetime. Feeling sad? Feeling lonely and depressed, thinking how you'll probably die alone surrounded by 47 cats? Here at the Love Institute, we have dedicated our life's work to making sure you never feel that way. But don't take my word for it. Why not read one of our dozens of testimonials on our website, written by happy people who I guarantee you do not work for us. Our state-of-the-art algorithm was specifically designed to finding you a suitable mate. Because, after all, if the Love Institute cannot find them, then they probably do not exist and you are destined to live a miserable life and to die alone. Please have a seat. Yes. And yes, this is she. You know, I blame it all on my warm and friendly demeanor in that commercial. People just naturally drawn to me afterwards. Most of the clients who came after the commercial aired just requested that I do their interview. So they just basically plucked me out of my regular office and I became a glorified salesperson. But anyway, before we begin, mind telling me some of your basic information? What is your name? And how do you spell that? And this is your honest to God name, right? Oh, well, this puts a lot of stuff into perspective. And your date of birth? Well, I didn't even think that the scroll bar could go that low. And your email address? Okay, so it says here that you have passed the screening, but barely. And that you opted for our most basic payment plan. Well, based on that, we could just assume that you are not rich and just add that to your online profile. Don't be silly. That's just a bit of humor to lighten the mood. We don't, in fact, encourage people to tell us their income. We're not shallow like that. Yeah, but based on your response, we could just assume that you have a very poor sense of humor. Such a shame. First things first, let me explain to you how the interview is going to go down. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is attach you to that piece of machinery that you see behind you. What would that do is that it will get your brain waves, your heart rate, and your body temperature. And when I address you a question, I'll get both your verbal response and also I will get to measure your body mannerism. And what I feel that does is it creates a much more honest and accurate profile because people usually aren't 100% truthful when it comes to this sort of questions. So, what do you say? Do I have your full consent? Good. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put on these gloves and I will apply the cooling gel so that you don't get a rash from the electrodes. Now I want you to stay still because this might feel quite cold against your skin. Good, all set. Okay, now's the part when I am going to ask you some questions and I want you to answer them honestly because, to be fair, I know when you aren't. So, when was your last relationship? Is that going to be your final answer? You know what? Horton here's a liar. Care to try that one last time? You know, I heard 3 times the charm actually. Yeah, that sounds a bit more plausible. So, what do you do for a living? And do you have any hobbies? I'm sorry, but I cannot write that down. You know what? I'll just write down that you love to go on adventures. It's just vague enough that it might be anything, but it's also interesting enough, and that's exactly what you need right now. So, do you have any pets? Well, I see somebody really took to heart the part about the 47 cats in our commercial. Let's just hope that your partner isn't allergic. And do you have any felonies? Thought so, nerd. now that I have all your information, your profile will just be automatically generated and you'll start receiving matches. Oh look, the first one's already here. So it says here that they are close in age to you and that they work in retail and that they like sports and also serial killers. And their favorite pastime is microwaving butterflies. So I'm guessing that's not exactly your cup of tea. Okay, but is that a hard no? Okay. There's plenty more, okay? So how do you feel about fursuits? Because this next person says that, well, their terrestrial body is that of a human. They feel like their spiritual one is in fact a wolf. Again, no? Man, you're picky. Oh look, this last person is exactly what you're looking for. It says here that they also have pets. So there's that, you just know they're not allergic. And also that their hobbies include watching movies and reading books. So that's right up your alley. Good, I just set up a date for you two and you'll get all the details in an email shortly. Okay then, I'm glad I could help. Bye-bye. Excuse me? What's a typo? No, that doesn't seem about right. Oh, I sent you the correct profile. Yeah, well, so what if they're 87? Well, why should that be a problem?